Welcome back to Dustin's Daily Psalm Reading. We're going to be reading actually today Psalm chapter 14, 15, 16, and 17. This is going to be a good one. All right. Are you ready? Deep breaths. All right. Here we go. Psalm chapter 14. Only fools say in their hearts, there is no God. I should probably just stop right there. Everybody should meditate on that for a minute. I'm just going to say it again. Only fools say in their hearts, there is no God. Don't say that, okay? Otherwise you're a fool. They are corrupt, and their actions are evil. Not one of them does good. The Lord looks down from heaven on the entire human race. He looks to see if anyone is truly wise, if anyone seeks God. But no, all have turned away. All have become corrupt. No one does good, not a single one. Will those who do evil never learn? They eat up my people like bread and wouldn't think of praying to the Lord. Terror will grip them, for God is with those who obey him. The wicked frustrate the plans of the oppressed, but the Lord will protect his people. Who will come from Mount Zion to rescue Israel? When the Lord restores his people, Jacob will shout with joy, and Israel will rejoice. Psalm chapter 15. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may enter your presence on your holy hill? Those who lead blameless lives and do what is right, speaking the truth from sincere hearts. Those who refuse to gossip or harm their neighbors or speak evil of their friends. Those who despise flagrant sinners and honor the faithful followers of the Lord and keep their promises even when it hurts. Those who lend money without charging interest and who cannot be bribed to lie about the innocent. Such people will stand firm forever. Psalm chapter 16. Keep me safe, O God, for I have come to you for refuge. I said to the Lord, you are my master. Every good thing I have comes from you. The godly people in the land are my true heroes. I take pleasure in them. Troubles multiply for those who chase after other gods. I will not take part in their sacrifices of blood or even speak the names of their gods. Lord, you alone are my inheritance, my cup of blessing. You guard all that is mine. The land you have given me is a pleasant land. What a wonderful inheritance. I will bless the Lord who guides me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. No wonder my heart is glad and I rejoice. My body rests in safety. For you will not leave my soul among the dead, or allow your Holy One to rot in the grave. You will show me the way of life, granting me the joy of your presence and the pleasures of living with you forever. Psalm chapter 17. O Lord, hear my plea for justice. Listen to my cry for help. Pay attention to my prayer, for it comes from honest lips. Declare me innocent, for you see those who do right. You have tested my thoughts and examined my heart in the night. You have scrutinized me and found nothing wrong. I am determined not to sin in what I say. I have followed your commands, which keep me from following cruel and evil people. My steps have stayed on your path. I have not wavered from following you. I am praying to you because I know you will answer, O God. Bend down and listen as I pray. Show me your unfailing love in wonderful ways. By your mighty power and rescue those who seek refuge from their enemies. Guard me as you would guard your own eyes. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. Protect me from wicked people who attack me, from murderous enemies who surround me. They are without pity. Listen to their boasting. They track me down and surround me, watching for the chance to throw me to the ground. They are like hungry lions, eager to tear me apart, like young lions hiding in ambush. Arise, O Lord, stand against them and bring them to their knees. Rescue me from the wicked with your sword. By the power of your hand, O Lord, destroy those who look to this world for their reward. But satisfy the hunger of your treasured ones. May their children have plenty, leaving an inheritance for their descendants. Because I am righteous, I will see you. When I awake, I will see you face to face and be satisfied. Whew. I absolutely love reading the Psalms. I think it's interesting because, as you're journeying through Psalm, we talk about David just being a man after God's own heart. We talk about David being a worshiper of God. It's so interesting to watch him process life. He's basically journaling life. And a lot of times we're taking this journaling and we're kind of trying to turn it into a theology a lot of times, but it's not. It's actually sometimes the musings of a man who is actually pursuing God, and his situations that are surrounding him are starting to affect him. So he starts to put that down on paper, and he starts to challenge really who he believes God is, to be active in the middle of his situations. That's why it's important for us when we read this, and he makes a statement at the beginning, and it says, only fools say in their hearts there is no God. They are corrupt and their actions are evil. Not one of them does good. And then it says the Lord looks down from heaven on the entire human race. And it's interesting because I was at an event not too long ago, and I understand that some people don't even believe in God. They would say that they were atheists and that kind of stuff. But I told them, I was like, this is super important for me to bring up something today and tell you what I feel like God is saying. Because some of you say you don't believe in God, but someday I'm going to have to stand before that God you don't believe in and give an account for how I handled this situation. And it's interesting because David kind of does that here. He's like, you may say in your heart that there is no God, but God actually watches from his position and sees the folly of man. And we need to understand that we are going to be actually held accountable for some of the things that we say. And in these seasons, when it feels like God is absent, David is reminding himself, even though I've said, like, where are you? And you're absent, I don't make statements that there is no God, right? Remember, all of these are prayers. So he's not saying God's not real, God's not there, and you need to be careful in your own language. And we've had kind of this deconstruction type of thing. And what they did is in deconstruction, they removed God. It wasn't like they removed some poor theologies or things like that. They basically have removed God from it. And they made their own image of God. And in this, it says, you're a fool if you say in your heart there is no God. And David's even I believe he's really reminding himself in this, because he's not saying, because in other ones, he started out the Psalm, where are you? But there's a difference in asking God, like, I don't sense you. I don't see you at work. Help me see it, because I know how you act. I know how you work, and I don't see it. So what's going on? Is it me? Because David in this psalm, he's like, you've examined my heart. You're looking in and you're like, I haven't found anything wrong in there. So he's saying basically like, I want to make sure that I remind myself, this isn't about there not being a God. Right? And so be very, very careful in your own language, because a fool says in his heart, there is no God. And throughout the Psalms, do we want to be honest with God? Absolutely. But remember, we're praying to God. We're speaking these things to God. We might even be like kind of complaining about our situation to God, which indicates there is a God. So we want to be careful in this language, right? And how we're even processing this. And I know some of this, there might have been some stuff, again, he starts talking about a shield and things like that it might have stood out to you, but I want to encourage you to take a pen, to get a highlighter, mark those things, and then go back and meditate on those things.